Hi, I'm Cheryl, and I know it's early in the year, but really, this is the time that you need to start thinking about what Christmas cards you're going to make and send out. So, here's the first of several that I've made, and I'm using the Carols of Christmas die set and stamp set for this, but it's a bundle. So you save some money on it by buying the two sets together. But what I like about this is it's got a nice, big, bold sentiment for the front of the card, and when you have those, you really don't need to do a whole lot more on it. And it has other little things. It's got little embellishments for top and bottom here, and some ornaments. And let me show you the die set. This is why I got the bundle. It has this lovely border die that you'll be able to use all year round, which that to me is a big plus, because I like to be able to use my dies or my materials other times of the year. And it also has a little deer die, and there's also a stamp that goes with it. It has trees. Now I'm thinking the trees and the deer, what a great guy type card that would make. If you have an outdoorsy guy, make a birthday card for him or whatever kind of card. And then it also has this die, which has the moon and the stars. There's no outside border on this. It just cuts out the moon and the stars, and that is something I think that I'll get a lot of use out of during the year. So anyway, what we're using on this card is, I'm using the die set here. There's two of them. It has little Christmas ornaments. I use that. And then there's also these little corner dies that cut out poinsettias. And from the stamps, I'm using the Deck the Halls stamp. I have that already mounted on my block here. And let's see, from the inside, on the inside, a special season like Christmas brings thoughts of special people like you. And there's that stamp set, and that came from a different, or there's that stamp, it came from a different stamp set. Let's see. That came from this stamp set. This is another one that I got because I like the sentiments here for the inside, but it says season like Christmas. And see, that also has a tree with four stage stamping for the tree. So I figured the tree I'm going to get some use out of other times. So let's get started on this. So you're going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, scored and folded at 4 1/4. A little bit here of the red Glimmer Paper, and this is, let's see, it's about 2.5 by, by 2. And I've already die cut my little ornaments, and a little tip, this Glimmer Paper is easier to cut if you cut from the back. So put your dies on the back and cut it out that way. So I have my 6 little ornaments here, and I hope I don't lose any. And you need another piece of Whisper White, and this is, let's see, this is 5 by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 3/4. And I have a piece of the gold foil paper, and this is, let's see, 5 1/4 by 4. And that's, oh, and 2 more things. I'm using the Nuvo crystal, or the glitter drops, not the crystal drops, the glitter drops. And this is Ruby Slippers. Tombow glue. And I'm using a real red classic Stampin' pad from Stampin' Up. So now we can get started on this. Let's do the die cutting first, and then I can get this. I have my, off to the side here, I have my Big Shot. Let me bring that in, and I hope you all feel honored. I broke out a brand new set of plates, never been used. Okay, and I'm using the magnetic platform. So put my paper down, and I'm going to use the little corner point set of things. I'm going to put them right in the corners. I'll line those up, the edges up with the edges of the paper. And I'm using my magnetic platform. If you don't have a magnetic platform, then by all means tape these down. Or if your plates are all warped and bent like most of mine are, tape them down. I'll send that through. Oh, I probably should have gotten my little, my brush thing, because there are little bitty dots in here. In these. Let's see if I can do without it. Nope, I need my little brush. Luckily, I know right where it is. Unlike a lot of things in my craft room, I've been losing a lot of things lately. So it does come with a little foam pad to roll on, but I'm just gonna roll out all those little bits without the pad. Let me do this one too, because there are little tiny dots here, and I do want that paper out. Almost got them. There we go. Oh, one more. I just noticed there's one more. There. Okay, now line this one, these 2 up in the other corners. Put my plate on and run that through. Oh, that one shifted. I'm glad I saw that before I got too far. Okay, there we go. So one of the criteria I have for Christmas cards, because you have to make so many of them. First of all, I want them to look good. I want them to look like someone who knew what they were doing made the cards. Second thing is, because you make so many, you need to keep it simple. I'm not going to do any big, wild, crazy, time-consuming techniques on Christmas cards that I'm sending out to everybody. That's okay if you want to do a couple for special people, but I know from experience that by the time you're done doing 30, 40, 50 of these cards, if you send the same thing to everybody, no matter how gorgeous the design is, you are going to hate it until you're finished. Okay, so we've got that all cut out nice. And I'll stamp my Deck the Halls on there with I'm using the real red. Add a little bit of glitter on there. Using the real red ink. Get that inked up real well. And let's see, I do my best to center it. And 1, 2, 3, and up. That came out pretty good. And put that ink away, put my stamp off to the side. The next thing we'll do is we'll attach this to our piece of gold foil paper. So with the Tombow glue, let's go all around the edge. You don't need to get it all in between all these little flower pieces. It will stick down just nicely without that. I like the Tombow because if I need to adjust where I put it down, I have a little bit of time to do that. And there we go. That looks like it's lined up pretty well. Give that a little pat. And then we can attach that to our card front. Make sure we're opening the right way. But first, I'm going to stamp the inside sentiment, just in case I get it put down a little wonky. So again, I'm using the real red ink. We'll ink that stamp up. Get that ink out of here. And line that up. And line a little bit towards the top so there's room for you to sign your card, but centered side to side. And that came out nicely. Boy, I'm doing good with my stamping. Okay. Get that out of the way now. And we're ready to put this on the front. So again, we're using Tombow glue. You could pop up anything you want or anywhere along the line. I choose not to because these will be going through the mail. And when they go through the mail, they tend to get squished, especially around the holiday season. So I try to keep things as flat as possible. Okay, so this would be a perfectly respectable card to send out, but I felt that it needed a little bit more glitter because, well, what the heck, it's Christmas. It's Christmas season, so let's see. I'm going to put my little pieces on here where I think they'll look good. And I'm just laying them in place at the moment. And let's see. I think this one will go here. Oh, get back there. And I'll put that one up there. I have them just, I put them down randomly. I didn't want them lined up. And now I'll just use my Tombow and put just a little dab of glue on the back there. Stick those down in place. I thought about putting strings on these, and I thought, nope, that's a little too ambitious. Even drawing them on, I thought that would just take, uh-oh, seem to have lost one. Well, it looks like we're going to be short one. I don't know where that little stinker went. Oh, there it is, I think. I think I found it. Hold on. Let me glue these others down here. And yep, I found it. It's okay. I found it. So I was saying I've been having a lot of things disappear in my craft room because I have the two kittens and they come in and they steal things and play with them. It's terrible. I lost a sponge. I have no idea where that went. Okay. So now we have our ornaments down. And then I thought, Now I need to glitter this up a little bit. This Deck the Halls seemed kind of plain compared to these nice glittery little ornaments. So that's where the Ruby Slippers glitter drops come in. And I just went lightly with this on all of the thick lines on the letters. Okay, so we'll just go down here and around with just the thick parts. And this will take some time to dry, so if you're making a bunch of these, you'll need some place safe to put them so they dry. But because we're using just a thin layer of the glitter, it shouldn't take too long. Okay, so there we go. We're done. That's one card done. Actually, I have 2 cards done for my holiday cards. So, if you've liked this video, then be sure to hit the like button down below. If you'd like to see more, then there's a subscribe button down there also. If there are any Stampin' Up! Products that you'd like to purchase that I've shown today, you can do that either through my Facebook page or my website. And as always, I'll have all the materials listed down below. And since it's actually closer to Thanksgiving than Christmas, I just want to say how thankful I am for all of my subscribers, all of the people who have left comments. I just love to hear from all of you. And y'all take care, stay safe, and happy stamping.